landed a six-figure Web3 job after my first interview. I bet you've heard that a lot back in 2021. Fast forward to 2025 and things look very different. In this video, I want to talk about the Web3 job market, its reality, challenges, risks, and what you can actually do to survive and eventually thrive in this space. I'll share what I've seen, what others developers have been through, and I'll be waiting for you to share your own story in the comments. Back in 2021, during the bull run, everything was on fire. In a good way. VCs were throwing funds at anything with blockchain or DeFi in the title. Teams were hiring fast, often without proper technical interviews. If you could deploy a smart contract without burning the testnet, you had a job. It was chaotic, unrealistic, but also kind of magical. Then the market crashed, liquidity dried up, and suddenly the party lights went off. Now, in 2025, and I don't see that changing much in 2026, Web3 hiring looks more like a survival game than a talent rush. Funding rounds have slowed down massively. Early-stage investments are half of what they were at the peak, and thousands of laid-off Web2 engineers have entered the market. It's no longer enough to know one language, Solidity, Rust, or Go. Companies now expect developers who can navigate multiple ecosystems. Maybe you can build an AVM smart contract, but also understand Solana's account model and have touched Cosmos SDK. They want engineers who've shipped production code, understand zero-knowledge proofs, and contributed to open-source projects or audits. Basically, you need to be a multi-chain ninja, and companies can afford to be picky because the talent pool is flooded and they're not in a rush anymore. The interview process reflects the shift too. Forget the 1 hour, let's just chat interviews. Now there are 4, 5, sometimes even 6 stages: recruiter screen, technical deep dive, a home assignment, a live coding session, system design, and sometimes even a culture or product interview with founders. It's mentally draining. But here's when it gets really dark. There's an entire side of the Web3 job market that no one warns you about until it's too late. Scams. Sophisticated, targeted, and incredibly convicting scams aimed specifically at blockchain developers. North Korean groups like Lazarus and Dangerous Password have been caught impersonating recruiters, posting fake jobs, and even conducting full interviews with developers. They'll send you a Zoom or Microsoft Teams link and trick you into downloading what turns out to be an infostealer script, something that infects your laptop and gives them access to your files and crypto wallets. Other times, they'll give you a technical assignment that looks totally legit until you run it. That's when the script executes and quietly reads your browser data, including your wallet extensions. Developers have actually lost their funds in this way, sometimes during the interview process, and the data backs it up. According to Haken's H1 2025 security report, the number one cause of crypto losses this year has been access control exploits, largely due to the massive Bybit hack, which, if you've seen my video on it, you already know was a $1.5 billion wake-up call for the entire industry. But right after that, phishing scams. That's right, phishing now ranks second among all Web3 exploits, which means we need to be more cautious than ever about what we click, what we download, and who we trust. And assume everything you download could be malicious until proven otherwise. So, if someone sends a repo to test and insists you run it, or something's wrong with your video or audio during the call and they send a link to fix it, or you're offered a job that pays way above market rate and they pressure you to move fast, pause, double check, do your homework. And most importantly, never run unverified code, never install third-party meeting clients, and keep your wallets far, far away from your dev environment. If you're curious, use a separate laptop or a virtual machine for anything unverified. No wallets, no private keys. Think of it as your hazmat suit for job hunting in Web3. And here's the ironic twist. Even when you do land a job, the story's not over. I've seen brilliant developers join promising startups that vanished in 2 months. Funding disappeared, founders ghosted, and the product turned out to be a slow-motion rug pull. The sad reality is that not every project in Web3 is built to last. Sometimes it's bad management, sometimes it's fraud, sometimes it's just a brutal market. That's why when your CV shows multiple short stints, don't be ashamed of that. In Web3, that's often a sign of adaptability, not instability. Being able to jump between roles and keep delivering shows resilience, flexibility, and stress resistance, exactly what this space demands. After hearing all these, you might think, the Web3 job market is cooked. Yeah, but not completely. There's still innovation happening in DeFi, zero-knowledge tech, cross-chain protocols, real-world assets, and new forms of digital identity. The people who stayed are serious, skilled, and passionate. So if you're consistent, if you keep learning and improving, you'll find your place here. But here's a reality check. It's going to take time. Finding a good role can easily take 6 months or more. There'll be rejections, ghosting, and disappointments. That doesn't mean you're not good enough. Don't take it personally. Keep applying, keep building, keep learning new ecosystems and tools, and most importantly, keep showing what you can do. Share your side projects, post your learnings, your repos, your code, thoughts, experiments, even your failures. Be loud, be visible. Recruiters look for active developers who communicate well and have a clear technical voice online. Yes, it's hard work, but the salaries are absolutely worth it. We're talking $150K, even $200K plus for strong blockchain engineers with real production experience. These are some of the highest paying roles in tech. But remember, when someone reaches out to you, do a quick background check, especially in this space. Make sure their LinkedIn is real, their domain is official, and their repo or assignment looks legitimate. Be skeptical of anyone who pressures you to move fast or offers something that sounds too good to be true. So keep your head up, your code clean, and your wallet secure. Don't give up after a rejection. Keep going. Be patient, be persistent, and definitely don't let this market convince you you're not good enough. Because Web3 still needs you, a smart, cautious, curious builders who make this whole thing real. Thanks for watching. Bye!